Hi, I'm Jennifer from the Wooster branch of the Wayne County Public Library, back today with another bullet journal video. Since we've covered all of the basics so far and explored a little bit about how to get more creative with your bullet journal, today I'd like to share some tips and tricks I've learned along the bullet journal journey.
First of all, let's just deal with one of the biggest stumbling blocks people have when it comes to keeping a bullet journal: mistakes. We all make them, and I can tell you, after more than 3 years of bullet journaling, I still make them. Some of them I can live with, and some of them make me want to tear out pages. So how do you deal with the mistakes that make you want to tear out those pages or even your hair? There are 3 general ways of dealing with mistakes. You can either accept them and move on, you can find ways not to make them in the first place, or you can cover them up. Accepting mistakes is a completely personal thing, and it will vary from case to case. I can deal with a smudged line or a wobble in my hand lettering, and you will find what kinds of mistakes you can live with too. Not making them in the first place might mean you sketch out what you want to do in pencil first before making your ideas more permanent. I find this especially helpful for marking where I want my grid lines to go or for centering my headers and lettering. If you make a mistake, you can always erase and try again. You can also plan your page layout or insert new information with Post-it notes if that helps you. But covering up mistakes? Now we're talking about some creative ideas. While, yes, you could use whiteout to cover your mistakes, you can turn your mistakes into design features instead. How? First of all, you could use some washi tape. This can be very useful in covering up a header that doesn't work quite as well as you want it. So, let's see, I don't really like how plain this top one is. So I can just peel off some washi tape. And I can either rip it or cut it. And just place it right over top. And now all of a sudden I've got a pop of color on the page. Same thing with stickers. You could use those to cover up mistakes. And as a bonus, stickers will add a little bit of art to your pages too. Another thing you can try is collage. Whether you just want to rewrite something and decide to write it on a piece of paper that you glue or tape into your journal right over what you made a mistake with, or you need to hide something bigger, collage can be a fun way to turn mistakes into something so much better. This also works when you have ink bleed through the page and want to hide it. So for example, let's see, if I wanted just to hide this one here in the middle, I can kind of rip around or cut, completely up to you. And then I'll use my double-sided tape. And I can do that. All of these ideas for covering mistakes essentially give you the opportunity to turn a minor disaster into a creative success. So don't let those mistakes derail your bullet journal fun. Now, since I've brought up washi tape again, let's consider some other ways to use it. If you're going to collect it like I do, you want to have reasons to justify having it, right? As I've mentioned before, washi can help you with organizing. Not only can you use it to divide your page into sections, but you can also use it along the edge of your page, like so, when you have a particular collection or other page that you want to refer to often. This makes it really easy to turn quickly to the page you want in your journal. You can also use washi tape on the side of the page more as a tab that sticks out like this. And that's just to secure one side here, extend it a little further, secure it over here, and then just pinch those two sides together. It's the same reason for doing it. It's the same effect. It's just a different way of doing it. If you have a lot of washi tape colors, maybe a rainbow full of colors like I do, you can take this idea of tabs, like I've got one here, and I've got another color here, and consider color coordinating your journal as a way to organize. So maybe you want to find all the pages that have to do with family fun activities, or with housekeeping, or with repairs, or books, or you name it. Pick a color, tab those pages with that color, and then be sure to create a key, and this is one that just folds out, attached with washi tape again, that lets me know which washi tape is for which item. If you use printables, or you have other pages you would like to insert in your journal, you can use washi tape to add them. I've found it helps to insert the page as close to the center as possible, and then we'll secure one side with washi tape. And with this, you want to start right at or just below the top of your page. And finish right at the bottom or just above. And then flip the page, and we're going to secure the back side as well, just so that it's nice and tight in here and it's not going to fall out. And you want to make sure that your tape doesn't go above the top or the bottom of the page that you're inserting, because if you do that, it's going to make it really hard to turn the page because it'll be stuck to the page next to it. Yes, I learned that the hard way. So now you've got both sides taped down, and you've got this extra little page added to your journal. For that matter, if you needed to cover a mistake or, again, ink bleeding through with a larger piece of paper, you could use washi tape to secure that in your journal. So what I can do here, and again, you can decide if you want to just hit the corners, the top and the bottom, up to you. If you have rolls of washi tape, quite a few of them, and you don't really have a great way to organize them, you could set up a collection in your journal with swatches of washi. And that way you could organize them by color or by pattern, however you want to do it, and just have it as a reference tool to come back to when you're thinking, oh, do I have this particular color to use in my journal? Or what do I have that would work with this theme? Totally up to you. It can also just be a fun, bright, happy page for you. And really, don't we all need something like that? As you continue to use your bullet journal and try new things in it, you can also use the idea of collections to help you plan or experiment with your journal. For example, I've used half-page collections just to brainstorm what collections or trackers I want to start a new year or a new journal or even a new season. You can also create a short collection that simply outlines what collections you want to add or change each month, what themes you might want to use, or anything else you might want to do differently. And then there's always what my friend B calls the list of lists, which is all of the ideas for collections that you might want to add to your bullet journal someday. Practice pages are also good things to include in your journal if you want to develop a more artistic look for your pages. You can designate some pages for practicing lettering, add a page for doodles, and whatever you do, have some fun with your journal.
I can only begin to list the many different things you can do with your bullet journal, but you can find many more resources online. If you have a Pinterest account, you'll find it's very easy to fall down the rabbit hole of bullet journal ideas there. And if you like watching videos of how other people set up and use their bullet journals, I'll link a few of my favorite channels down in the description below. In the next video, I'll demonstrate some basic hand lettering ideas to get you started. I'll cover both print and script and show you ways to enhance both to make your lettering look more impressive. If you have questions, drop them on the library's Facebook page or in the comments below, and I'll try to answer. Don't forget, the Bullet Journalists meet the third Saturday of every month on Zoom, and we talk about what we're learning from using our journals, as well as sharing ideas. If you're interested in joining us, you can register for the Zoom meeting through a link on Facebook or through the calendar of events on our website at wcpl.info. And until the next video, happy journaling!